What is rhizomatic storytelling? Hi, I'm David Boje, and today we're going to talk about rhizomatic storytelling. And a rhizome is a plant that grows in every which direction, every which way, like crabgrass, right? And I'll show you some rhizomes here in a second. But rhizomatic storytelling is an alternative to the beginning, middle, and end kind of storytelling that most people are doing. So let's take a look on the ground here. I'm at my favorite pond here in New Mexico, and you can see here a lot of trash accumulated. I sort of picked up a few of them, put them together, and we're going to do something called Onto Story, O-N-T-O story. It's Jane Bennett's idea of vibrant matter, and everything you see here, including the water and the sand, is vibrant matter. Those cans, the bottles, the piece of a furniture leg, all of these things. There's a paintbrush. There's a spoon here. You can eat without your spoon. Anyway, so what we do in Onto Story, and it's an example of a rhizome, because all these items have waves of material energy, and they're interacting with you. Your material body has waves of material energy. And it's what Karen Barad calls space-time mattering. We're laying out the items spatially. They're broken glass. Somebody might say, oh, I went from broken glass to drinking and overeating, and then I got smashed with a wooden leg, and then I quit drinking, and now I just do bottled water. You know, that'd be kind of a linear story. It's not really rhizomatic. You're not letting the energy of the materials help you tell the story itself. And that's what we want to do here with the vibrant matter. There you see a gourd. A gourd comes off a trumpet vine. There's a bit of an old trumpet vine there somebody tossed out. You see them a lot in the desert in New Mexico. Crabgrass. A lot of things have a rhizomatic kind of growth patterns every which way. And that's the way that a rhizomatic story develops, right? So we see here as we look around the pond, a lot of people are dumping their trash. You see some pallets and the rest of the table from the table leg. You'll see people bringing the garbage out here and just dumping it in the desert on the East Mesa, Las Cruces, New Mexico, so they don't have to pay the $4 fee. And they come out here and shoot their shotguns and pistols and rifles, etc. It's not legal, but people do it anyway. I think people in Las Cruces don't have the same care about the ecology and the environment as up in Caballo, where we have our lake house. You know, there's a lot of life that lives in this water, birds and toads, etc. Some years you have the shrimp that swims on their back, but you see it's just all polluted. So another kind of rhizome is this gathering together of materials. Like here you see a burn pit and piles of garbage, and what I believe is people are attracted to the very vibrant aspects of the world, and they put their trash there to cover it over because they don't know what to do with it. So there's a lot of suppressed memories here in the trash. People are throwing out the jeans and the garments and the inflatable mattress, etc. And you just see a life that's not being lived well. You get deeper into recounting the events of people's lives. You can see here where vehicles are crossing through the pond. Pond only fills up when it rains. It's an ephemeral pond. And I'm trying to lead a movement for rhizomatic storytelling. It comes from the work of Deleuze and Guattari's 1,000 Plateaus, from the work of Jane Bennett's Vibrant Materialism, Karen Barad's Space-Time Mattering, the way that which the materiality here that you see before you, these glasses and empty bottles and etc., kind of vibrates. You see the water vibrating, the waves, the interacting waves from the wind. All right. So that's kind of a thing that's going on here. And what I do with veterans and their families is I have them gather up objects, if I take them to the pond or just use a sand tray. So they put together the object that represents your life from birth until now. And then we'll do some storytelling around that. But I don't have them tell the story. I'm a veteran myself, so with veterans and their families, I say, just lay it out here, put the objects in relation to one another. But I say, you don't have to tell it. We'll get to that part later if you want to share a little bit about the pattern here. But the goal isn't to dwell on the negativity, it's to do healing and growth using material storytelling that I learned from Anete Strand. She did her dissertation on my work and wrote a beautiful dissertation and does the material storytelling lab. She has a whole part of a floor in which she had thousands of objects and big sand trays and people coming in to design their new life. But the rhizomatic stories kind of unfold every which way, and it emphasizes the interconnectedness of vibrant matter. All these things have waves of vibrant material, and people are doing the storytelling, rhizomatic storytelling, by laying out these objects. So here you can see a possibility for an intervention. Jane Bennett calls this the onto story. Onto stands for an ontological way of being. And in her book, Vibrant Materialism, she is looking at ways in which an onto story is a relationship between the non-human and the things around them, because all these things and the quantumness of these things have waves of energy. They have waves of energy. And this comes in vibrant matter that's coming at you. This gourd, well, you could transform that gourd into something useful like a rattle. It doesn't have to just deteriorate here in the desert. That grew off that trumpet vine. The rhizomatic storytelling is the tangled webs of relationships of things and how these things form. So if we pay attention to the energy of things, this is what I teach people to do, is what's the energy of this gourd? It could become a rattle. That might be the future of this gourd. But I'll put it back here and leave it in the desert for other people to find. So these things are woven right into the pond, the shore around the pond. And you get a flood of feelings from these things, a flood of waves of memories and emotions are coming at you. The drinking, the gourd, the spoon, the plastic water bottle that's left behind, a screw, maybe you got screwed, a piece of broken glass. These are things that people can develop into a linear narrative with a beginning, middle, and end, or we can go very multi-dimensional in a rhizomatic story, and people might say, I want a safe space. I want to clear out a safe space in my life, a place where I can take my family and live. Or they might say, I'm going to draw a heart around all of these objects that represent the storytelling of my life, the rhizomatic story. So it's an evolving thing, rhizomatic story, and I hope you get something out of this. So if stories are powerful, rhizomatic stories are way more powerful because they go every which way and they're waves of energy. So they're not just dead narratives framed into a beginning, middle, and end that we're taught in school to do. But we can develop these rhizomatic stories, right? And we get at the power of them. And they have maybe somebody wants to, one of the people in the family wants to start picking up things, like here's a knife that's perfectly good, a knife that somebody just dropped along with their garbage, and it could be put to good use for cutting things in your workshop. And Rhizomatic story goes beyond the personal stories. My work applies it to organizations and to communities. Like somebody might want to come and pick up all this trash. I used to do it, haul it out by the pickup truck load. Now I'm a little older, and my wife says you better stop doing that, and dragging all that stuff here. But I every once in a while I'll pick up a load and take it off to the transfer station, pay the $4. So dive into the book Storytelling in Action. That's 2020 in paperback, and consider doing some rhizomatic storytelling. Keep exploring and questioning why people are leaving these things in the desert. One theory is that developers actually encourage this kind of trash thing because, when they throw away their spoons and their forks and their jeans and their shirts and all the rest of it, it lowers the property value and they can scoop in and buy it up cheap. But I hope that people will learn from rhizomatic storytelling. This is learning from nature, because there are rhizomes in nature. The pine cone is rhizomatic, the sunflower is rhizomatic in its pattern, and the trumpet vine grows every which way, crabgrass in your lawn. But think about it in life, that we have rhizomatic patterns in life as well, and we can step out of these beginning, middle, and end narratives and do some creative expression. Put some art objects. I've turned some of these things into art pieces. You can map out your life with vibrant, mattering things as an onto story. The rhizome comes from the work of Deleuze and Guattari. Then the assemblage of things comes from the work of Bruno Latour, and the Karen Barad, space-time mattering. Jane Bennett, we're very excited about the work in vibrant mattering. And all of these authors really helped me to understand the aliveness of things, the animation of things, the quantum energy vibration of things. And I hope you really enjoyed this. But come out here in the desert and see some trumpet vines. Maybe come and clean it up if you're a mind to. Really is a wonderful place. Thank you.